Hey, Mike, what do Kelly Slater and PT have in common?
I don't know. They're both world champs?
Nope, they both own Endless Summer box set.
Oh my God, rad. You guys, you can get it too. The link's in the show notes.
Foot out jerk food. 100 racks on a surf dude. Slippery, big guns like Mark Food. Trap jumping like a kangaroo. 100 foot out.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Quivercast, where we chat with surfers from all around the world, from all walks of life, and we get their story. Find us at www.thequivercast.com. I am Mike, your host. Let's get into the show. Hey everybody, this is Mike here with
CC Bechtloff.
And the second time on. A
Can you
lot
believe
going
it?
on in your life.
Port Wainimi is where we are.
Yeah, not HB this week.
Not HP. No Sin City, baby.
Start there. Why do you call it Sin City?
Have you
Huntington?
seen the people in Orange County?
Has it changed?
Tremendously. I mean,
Okay.
I'm going to be quite frank here on this one because
Please.
they.
Well, can you be anything but frank? Not
True.
you.
Good point. The people in Orange County, I mean, they're all in their own reality tunnel. They're taught how, at an early age, like, it's God, Trump. I'm going to throw it out.
No, that's good because
They thrive off it. I mean, like, it's almost impossible. You're this stupid. I mean, it's like, come on, can't you evolve from your little reality tunnel? And like, have you realized, there is no God. There is energy. I mean, their ideology is completely, utterly racist. I mean, we're all one here. Last I looked, according to quantum physics and relativity. I mean, come on, people, let's evolve here. But they're stuck. They're stuck.
you were saying they live in their own reality.
Yeah, I mean, they're some. I've connected with this friend of mine, Jerry Mulford, who is an incredible person. I mean, I met him in the early '80s, and he is the only one out of there. He's 2 generations above me, and he's the only one who's evolved. All the other ones have kind of stayed in their own clique, their own reality tunnel, their own. That's all they know. That's all they can't expand their consciousness, their awareness. I mean, that's all they kind of ever know and will ever know, unfortunately. But he's a one exception. He's the one who just stays in his little cubbyhole.
Do you think that surfing opened up the door? It would open up the door for people to change their perspective? Because you're dealing with the ocean, you're dealing with the nature.
I would like to think that because, I mean, the surfing is an incredible experience because, I mean, it is so healing. It is so cleansing mentally, physically, psychologically. They have the spectrum to do that. They have the capability of moving on past their ideology of complete idiocy. But this is Sin City, baby.
Okay. But most people that live in Huntington don't surf.
Most people in Huntington don't surf.
Most people that live on the
Most
planet
people
don't surf.
Yeah, that went to Huntington Beach. The gentlemen do surf. The women, some of them do surf.
Some.
Yeah, but it's not. It's a tough way of living down there. It's not easy. I mean, it's complete, utter rat race. Mike Estrada. I mean, he's just from Newport. And he's just kind of like, I'm over this. Jerry Mulford too. He says, I'm over this place. I mean, he's been here since early 70s. And the problem with Huntington is it's not only drug abuse, but it's yes, there are waves there constantly and consistently, but once there's no waves, I mean, you're limited. I mean, they can't expand.
Well, that's everywhere. But
True.
keep this with surfing.
Keep it with
Here,
surfing.
listen to this.
Gotcha.
Listen to my perspective.
Go
My
ahead.
question. My question to you is, but surfers as a general people versus the main society, we're different.
Correct. Absolutely.
Okay.
What did Timothy Leary say? Only surfers know the feeling.
There you go. Are you a fan of the Timothy Leary?
Absolutely.
Why?
he was not only a rebel. That's not the reason why I like Larry. But Larry, his experiments on the mind, and this is where I go back to reality telling. He's the one who coined that phrase, and I'm a big fan of Larry's works. And when the government shut him down, I mean, what did he get? 37 years for a half a joint? Come on. At the time, he got busted by a cop in Orange County. That's called, he rebelled, and the government says, well, we're going to take you down. And
Okay.
took him down.
So we're going to ask some like weird questions.
Go
We're
ahead.
just
I
going.
love it.
Okay. Government. What do you think of government?
It's who's running the show behind the government. There are rulers to this world, as we know. I mean, there's an incredible book that I've read. It's called The Committee of 300, where Dr. John Coleman wrote in the 70s. And he says there are a group of people that are living in Switzerland that run the show. There are about 100 families that are running the show. Whoever's the mayor of Switzerland is running the show. And everyone else subsided to there.
Even our American government?
Even our
All
American
the people you hear about?
I mean, as the presidents, they're puppets.
Okay.
We all know this by now. I mean, are they elected?
Do you vote?
I do vote. I mean, are they elected or selected? People have to ask themselves that question.
Yeah.
So I do vote. I mean, in this last election, I did vote for the first time. I mean,
For the first time?
I think it was the first time. I think the other time was when Ross Perot was voting. My dad's like, "You're voting." I'm like, "Why am I voting?" I mean, they're all puppets.
Did you want Ross?
I knew nothing about Ross. I was a kid.
Yeah, but he was an outsider.
He was an outsider, but the establishment, didn't want that.
Yeah. But he came close.
He came.
At least
close.
it
Did he come
showed
close?
us.
Did he come close?
I think so.
Well, I mean, who did come
For the
close?
first time, there was a third party.
Who were the outsiders? What? Kennedy, obviously, he had different views. Look what happened there. Ronald Reagan was an actor, but he had different views. But they tried, or he was tried to be assassinated.
Yep.
The 45th president, Trump. Is he the 45th or 46th?
Yeah.
One or the other. I don't have the answer for that one. That was that's an interesting one. That's
Yeah. And that's current times.
This is why I sped it up to current times.
right.
Surfing.
Okay, but back to surfers. Do you think that more surfers should become politicians and change?
Good question.
Yeah. Because we think differently?
That's a very good question. Some do have the capability of really putting it together. I mean, Kelly would be an interesting one. I mean, his ideology on things is pretty good. I mean, they do have a different outlook on things. But yeah, I don't think a surfer will take that step to become a politician. But I mean, that's a good question. It's a good question. I think maybe one day someone should take that next step into politics. Because that would be an incredible outlook. I mean, look at our environment. I mean, it's sad to say. I mean, we're destroying this world.
That I agree with
at a staggering pace. I mean, are there even animals left anymore? I mean, look at the rainforests in South America. I mean, they're being destroyed as we speak.
Yeah, but our own environment right here,
absolutely,
is getting.
Look at the chemtrails we're breathing. I love breathing barium and lead.
And what about the runoff and all that? The farm's right behind you.
It's fucking absurd. It's preposterous. I mean, it's destroy.
Destroy rivers.
Yeah, destroying rivers, destroying people's lives, people's well-beings, people's the environment. I mean, we'll rebel sooner or later.
So I'm going back to Sin City. Sin City is because you say, give me one sentence of why you call it Sin City.
The people's ideology, they can't expand. This is why all my friends are from LA County. Since I moved up here 3 years ago now, all my friends are in LA County because they have an IQ above 55.
Okay. So that was my next question. Why did you move up north and out of?
At the time, I had a complete misunderstanding with my mother, and she kicked me out for all the wrong reasons from an ex-girlfriend who emailed her saying this, that, or the other. I'm like, I try to go back to home and talk to my mom. She's like, "You're not coming in here." I'm like, "All right, whatever." I didn't write this. I didn't make this happen. anyway, so I moved up here. Like in my last interview, I said I moved up here with Joan. She lived up here, and the people in Port Hueneme and Ventura, well, they do call it Kentucky for they don't call it Kentucky for nothing. And the last 2 summers I've been going to Malibu, and I met some incredible people, some amazing people at the Northern Board Writers. I mean, they're all amazing people. Some of them are, we're all on the same mental and psychological level, even spiritual level, because they truly know how to step up and look outside their box that they've been brought up in. You know, their box of, you can say, their own reality television. We are in Kentucky.
Right.
Closed-minded. Man,
So
some of the guys up here are still living in 1982.
Is that good?
However you want to see that.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, I mean, the waves up here are utterly incredible. I mean, I get it.
All right.
I get it.
So you said you met friends in LA County.
Yeah.
So Malibu, one of your favorite breaks, I
Oh,
would
yeah,
say.
the boo is the boo. I
Okay.
mean,
But they have a lot of money too. What's the
Oh,
difference
God.
between like Huntington Beach people versus Malibu people? Are these guys, most of these guys from like Simi Valley and stuff, and they're driving
yeah,
over?
they're mostly, Corey Pierce is, I mean,
That guy rips.
Yeah, he's became a good friend of mine. Ryan Conder, he's from Huntington originally, but he's in Malibu.
Yeah,
Or he surfs Malibu.
yeah.
What's the difference between the two?
Just,
Between
yeah.
Huntington?
It seems like a different mentality.
Different mentality.
Both kind of have the.
On a mental level and a psychological level.
Do you think Malibu people have serious money?
Oh,
And
yeah.
Orange County think they have money, kind of thing?
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, okay.
Right out. Yeah, you just took the words right out of my mouth.
Now, what about dealing with some of these Hollywood type that are surfing the blue? Do you see them?
Jonah Hill. I mean,
Do you see Jonah Hill?
We're friends. Yeah, I talk to him not all the time, but I talk to him when we see each other. We always talk, and he's
Okay.
very cool.
Nice guy?
Yeah, he's humble. He's just beginning. He's like, what should I do? Should I do this, do that, or the other? I'm like, just go left.
Is he surfing third point, second point,
No,
first
he
point?
serves. That's not kiddie bowls. He serves Old Joe's, which is we're in front of Colonies.
Okay.
We're in front of Third Point, and he serves second every now and then. But the guys up in LA County are pretty cool. Are pretty amazing. I mean, they're right up my alley in every way.
Okay.
Do they have money? Some of them have some serious money, but I mean, doesn't
Do you think
change.
surfing humbles them?
Does surfing humble them? I think it does in a sense, because I mean, there's always going to be someone a notch up.
Okay. What about like Mother Nature? They're in this
Yeah.
controlled environment. Now they're in, it's 4 foot, 6 foot set comes rolling through and you're getting smashed.
That's and there's
Don't matter if you're a movie star or you're
Oh, yeah.
homeless. It doesn't really matter.
yeah, you're
getting smashed.
you're gonna get pummeled. I remember there was this guy last summer. I go, why do you? I was out in the water at Second Point. I'm like, why do you look so familiar? He's like, oh, I was on this show. I'm like, no, I don't give a shit about that. Yeah, I thought we might know each other. He's like, well, I was in this movie. I'm like, I don't care what B movie that you were in. I could care less. I'm like, you are riding a soft top, so
Yeah.
I don't know you.
Well, you didn't know him from surfing.
I didn't know him from surfing. That's why I thought I knew him from surfing. But it's interesting. The guys that I missed, that I haven't seen in years up in LA County, even up in Ventura County, it's like our relationship it started right where it left off,
Okay.
which is the cool thing about surfers in general. I mean, they're very open. They're very humble people. Some are ding dongs.
Give me your favorite 3 breaks that you've surfed over the last 3 or 4 years you living up here. And if there's any of them that you can't name, that's fine.
Oh, one would be Silver Strand. Obviously, that's a no-brainer.
You surfed that a lot?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then there's obviously Second Point. I do love
There's plenty of clips of you lately at Second Point.
plenty of clips.
Yeah.
Rincon that's a no-brainer, but I mean, there's also Hobson's and Little Rincon and Pitus. That's a toss-up for the third and
Okay.
for second and third, because those spots, when they're on, they're on. And I mean, there's no one really there. The crowd is utterly minimal, and the crowd that does come, they're still ding dongs.
Okay. That's a good thing. Are there guys you see and go like that are inside of you and you're just burning them?
Oh, all day long. All day long. I do that.
Rincon?
It's endless. Malibu, especially.
Malibu worse?
Oh, Malibu, yeah. I mean, this is a great conversation I've had with some people. So that last huge, it's the same subject. We're just going to moving on a little bit. I was at Malibu, and I took off the last big swell. I think it was a month ago.
Okay.
I took off on this wave, first point, and I kick out. 3 days later, I'm at Kitty Bowls, counter wave all the way to first, doing turns, the whole 9 yards. I kick out, and I hear this guy yelling at me. I'm like, the fuck is this guy yelling at? He's like, yeah, hey, you with the white suit. I'm like, yeah, what's the problem? You snaked me the other day. I'm like, okay, it's not like you were going to do a turn. What, is there a problem here? I go, do you need a tissue for your issue? He's like, he gets all mad. I'm like, Andy, wait a second. I go, you're going to have a stroke. Be careful. He's like, I'm entitled. I'm like, wow.
Wait, who is this?
This is an old school local guy at Malibu before Sarlo, right around the Scarlo.
So he has time in.
He's got time in, but do you really want to bark at me or at the 95 longboarders?
Mm-hmm.
You tell me. And then I saw him 3 days after this, after he yelled at me again. And he's from me to you. He's like, you don't know who I am. I go, no, I know who you are. You're the guy who took the rock and smashed a kid, lost his board, lost his job. I mean, in front of 300 people. Andy, you've been this way for the last 30 years. You're going to have a stroke. You want to continue? I'm not, you don't even know me. I'm like, I don't need to know you. Do I really want to get there's about 300 guys in line who want to kill you. I can name them all right here, right now. I mean,
there was an incident that he got famous. There was an incident that... Okay, but was it all his fault? I kind of see his point a little bit.
But would you smash a kid's board in front of 300 people?
No,
or would you
I wouldn't do it. Not today. This ain't 1975.
This ain't 1975 or 82 or even 92.
Yeah. I mean, a good valid point. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he does. If you want to regulate, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. Let's regulate together, but...
Did you tell him? So that was the end of the conversation?
He kind of barked. So I saw him.
Did you tell him you owe him one or anything?
I didn't get a chance. He always like...
Would you have said that?
Probably not.
Next one.
No, I just burned too many friends. And, no, I'm not going to...
Now, does he burn like good surfers too? Or does he
burns anybody and everybody. But I go... He got pissed at me for this one. I go, well, Andy, it's not like you were going to do a turn on that wave.
Yeah.
It was good, but...
Yeah.
He didn't like that comment.
I see both. I mean, I see his side.
I see.
I'm not
that,
gonna lie.
Of course, I'm not going to deny it. But I mean, let's.
Did you get a good turn?
I got 7 of them.
Fair. All right. So, what do you feel about localism, especially at these breaks that we're open now? Rincon is such a hard place to get away. Malibu can be a hard place.
Is the hardest place.
Yeah.
I mean,
is it harder than Rincon?
Oh, yeah. Do you know how many ding-dongs there are in L.A. County? A lot.
Well, there's a lot in Santa Barbara.
A lot. But that is true, too. The question goes back to, should localism be enforced? That's a tough one because to a degree, what are you going to do? Splash water on them? I mean, you can yell at them. I'm all for yelling. I yelled at a guy yesterday. We were surfing for Second Point. I was with my friend Chris Lasante. This guy got in his way twice in 5 minutes. The guy started yelling, Chris, and Chris is like, really, man? Are you serious? Then I looked at the guy. I go, shut the fuck up or go down to First Point. He shut up.
All right. So back to, you moved up here because...
I moved up here because Joan is one. And it's so...
Waves are better.
Joan is the reason why I came up here, but...
Number one reason.
There's a number one. Number one.
Got it.
No more first three. I mean, it's an amazing relationship that Joan and I have on a mental and a spiritual level, on a psychological level. We get along tremendously. I mean,
cool.
So that's a beautiful thing. But yes, the waves are incredible up here. I mean, we can even go down here to...
it's better named, not named.
Yeah. I might get shit for that.
Yeah.
You can drive. There used to be able to drive on the beach here until the ding-dongs got too crazy.
So it's still set back in time. It's still segregated from the most of Southern California.
I guess to a degree. Yeah, it is. And once you get past Neptune's Net county line, it opens up. I mean, If you want to be by yourself, I mean, you can come here and truly surf by yourself. Look at Wainimi. I mean, look at this coast that we're on right here.
It's beautiful.
And look
No
where
one
you
air.
stayed last night, Oxnard Shores. I mean, you got from Little Sunset
It's wide
to
open.
wide open, all the way to past Emma Woods. I mean, you want to be by yourself.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is truly, I wouldn't say it's untapped, but I mean, it's truly an amazing place.
Yeah.
A beautiful place to live and
It
a
is.
beautiful place
All right.
in general.
Let's go backwards in time.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of your surf trips of the past. Where have you been? Who were you with?
Here's a great one. We didn't discuss the last one.
Okay.
It was when I was riding for Quicksilver in the 90s. That's our guide.
Okay.
That's funny. That was in Mexico, and this is in the 90s, and I was with Quicksilver, and I was a little kid, and I was like, wow, what are we, where are we going? Pharmacy? What's here? What are you, I'm like, what are you guys getting on the corner there? Why are you guys talking to that girl on the corner? I mean, I figured
I'm catching your drift.
and the other ones would be like, me and Tom Miller, like, wow, those guys are gnarly. Those guys are interesting. Another trip. I'll leave it at that because we'll leave it. Yeah, it's wide open. It's wide open. I had a trip with Tom Carroll, Doug Silva, Jeff Booth. I mean, Kelly. I mean, this is when Kelly just got to Quick.
So Tom Carroll's at his peak probably at this time.
Tom was at his peak right before Kelly went on a rampage.
Okay.
Yeah. Jeff, we were there for a Quicksilver shoot. It was Jeff Hornbreaker. He was a photographer. Kenny Dan, he was there. I mean, he was useless. Jake Spinner. I went on some amazing trips with Quick, but now I also went on amazing trips with Billabong when it was Billabong.
Let's stay on that trip. So you're with these guys.
That was like
Mexico too, or where you at?
We were in Tahiti.
Oh, Tahiti.
And like, I'm out there in the lineup. I'm like looking around. I'm like, am I really going to catch a wave here? I'm the last guy on the totem paddle.
Yeah.
On the totem here. I mean, I'm not going to catch a wave.
Were they looking out for you to catch a wave or not?
Yeah,
even?
they looked out for me. I mean, Tom did, Booth did, but I mean,
What'd you learn from that trip? Were the waves heavy?
Waves were heavy. I mean, it was only 10 foot, but have you seen? I mean, these guys are surfing Chopu at some serious size. I mean, that's no wave to reckon. That is an incredible wave, an incredible setup. This is right when it got discovered, I believe.
Okay.
I believe. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah. Vatia David and all those guys?
Vatia David was there. I mean,
was it playful for them, or were they like, concerned also?
They were a bit of both.
Okay.
Bit of both. Tom Carroll, he was a master already.
Yeah,
he was
of course
utterly incredible. He's you take off deeper than anybody and everybody and make it. You're just like scratching your head and like, wow, and the reef is right there. You're like, how am I going to do this again? I mean, it was nice to see, but
now is he giving you encouraging words? Tom seems like a nice guy.
Tom was an encouraging individual. He was. Tom Carroll, that is, was an incredible, encouraging in every way. Barton Lynch is another encouraging, who you had on the podcast.
Yep.
He always gave me good advice, for contests, because, I mean, he was the master.
Really?
BL was the master. I've seen Barton willingly start from the trials at events and
willingly, like he didn't
willingly.
have to?
He's like, no, I want because he wanted to get a rhythm and understand.
That's
the
good.
psychology.
Smart.
Yeah, utterly smart.
If he's doing that, he was also confident that he was going to make to the main event.
He had such confidence. I mean,
okay.
I've seen him paddling out at dead spots and get the set of the day. I'm like,
wow.
I'm like, how is this even possible?
Yeah.
Kelly was a magnet, obviously. Pat O'Connell was a magnet. But like guys that were already in their prime, Barton, he was an incredible, masterful competitor. I mean, he had the mind of minds. So
let's go back to the Tahiti trip. You're with Tom Carroll.
Yeah.
Did you say Jeff Booth?
Jeff Booth, Doug Silva.
All these guys. Now, are they all doing their own thing, or are they guys all on the same page? Are you guys doing yoga together, or what are you doing? What the hell are you guys doing? What on the off time? You can only surf for so many hours a day.
Time?
Yeah. So you have hours to play ping pong? What?
The trip, we were, I wouldn't say we were reading, but we were just.
Oh, yeah. Were you reading it?
It was just kind of downtime. You would eat, just.
Were you guys hanging out and bullshitting?
Yeah, talk shop. I mean.
Oh, it was a shop talk.
Yeah, shop talk. I mean,
nothing personal?
Nothing. No, everyone knew each other. I mean, you're on Quicksilver. I mean, this was Quicksilver in the 90s. And
but you're You're a younger CC.
I was a young CC. I mean,
Yeah.
I was still.
So you're learning from the masters.
I'm learning from.
I won't say they're all masters, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Kelly was.
They all had a name.
Kelly was in his prime. Tom Carroll was in his prime. Booth was right there. So yeah, they were. Their confidence, just to see, just to view them, what they look for in the lineup. That's what's important.
Yeah.
So
you were watching their surfing.
Yeah, I mean,
nothing on the street you learned.
Oh, I learned what not to do.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Did you learn what not to do by participating?
A little bit here and there. I participated in some things. I'm like, wow, that's done and been there, done that. I'm like,
Okay.
Now let's move on.
All right.
But I mean, we all fight our demons in one way or another way, and some evolve from it, and some stay in it.
So here's a personal question.
Yeah.
What are your demons?
What are my demons?
Do you have anything that's
That's
that can be problemsome for you?
no. I mean, I face those demons. I mean, what I do for me, I invest in myself on a mental level, on a physical level, and on a spiritual level. Since Natasha, who died in my arms, this is in 2016, I woke up to only see the rest of the world fast asleep. So I moved. I wanted to not only become a better human being, but to expand my consciousness, expand my awareness, expand my wakefulness of not only myself, but the rest of the world. But what is the beginning of wisdom? Aristotle, knowing yourself is the beginning of wisdom. Know thyself, you know the world, you know the universe. That was my theme. I wanted to go the road I wanted to go down. And I wasn't going to get in Orange County with the ding-dongs there. I mean, I couldn't have this conversation that we're having right now with any of them. Maybe one person. And the rest were, I hate to say idiots. I mean, besides Jerry Mulford, the rest are ding-dongs.
Okay.
Personally, that's on my level. I mean, it's just, everybody's on their own path. And if you're not, I try to talk to people about certain things. I mean, it's just utterly erroneous. It's impossible. It's like talking to a fucking brick.
Mm-hmm.
They're on their own time frame. They're on their own. They're in their own reality tunnel, and they have to evolve from it.
Okay. How did you get the name Cece?
God, it's a terrible song. CC Rider.
Okay, Cece Rider. Yeah.
That mom coined.
That everyone's covered and
played. Yeah, everyone's covered. My mom and dad were obviously hippies in the 70s, and they. Like, wow, listen to this song. Our next son, Cece.
All right.
From what I understand, I mean, I wasn't there to argue about it with them.
Yeah, no.
So
you're always called Cece?
Yeah, I was always called Cece. I mean,
but back in the day, and like if you look at the surf magazines, and you're in there,
Craig,
it says
Craig Cece, yeah.
Okay.
But announcers back then, it was Cece. Everything was Cece. Somebody, I think it was Matt Lindsay. He has a foam shop.
Yeah.
Blank shop. Him and his brother. I think he coined the expression OCCY. I think he coined that expression. So that was funny because obviously my inspiration was Mark Akalupo at the time.
Yeah.
Or it still is. I mean, surfing is incredible.
Okay.
I mean, heck, who would not be?
So you've learned a lot over the years, obviously, right?
Yeah,
You've grown.
I invested time. I invested in myself to expand.
What is the differences between you at age 18 and you today?
The difference between me at 18, I didn't know absolutely shit.
But that's most 18-year-olds, right? We think we know it all.
Yeah, we think we know something, but I mean, some of who I am today, I mean, it was, talk about evolving. You can use this ideology being born again, but obviously he never existed. We're not going to go down that road. But evolving ascending on a project on yourself is immense, is the way to find yourself, and not to lose yourself, but to find yourself on this path we call reality. But the person I was then was, I love surfing. And today I love surfing. I'm more focused on surfing quality with dear friends, with individuals that are like-minded individuals, and just evolving each and every day. I was more reckless and idiotic back then, but today I view things as, I see everything as, well, what's the bigger picture in this situation? What am I going to benefit out of this argument? Am I going to waste my energy, or am I going to enlighten uplift my energy. You know, obviously, I'm not going to argue with people except for Andy.
Okay, well, that's a good point, actually. So,
You know, what energy am I going to waste on this conversation or on this? I explain that to people, try to tell that to people. Like, what are you putting your energy? You know, let's say you have an energy checkbook. I mean, are you going to waste energy on this subject or on this political party, on this news? Are you addicted to the news? Is that going to benefit you in any way, shape, or form? I mean, I don't even listen to one thing on the news. I don't not only take it serious.
okay. You're in this world, though, that we all live together and we all have different points of view.
Yeah, of course.
So let's bring it back to surfing. Surfers are all different. You know, you go to Malibu, you got 500 of your best friends, right? And they all have different perspectives.
Of course.
Some are homeless and some are filthy rich.
Yeah,
okay, so you have two different classes, blue collar versus whatever collar.
Absolutely.
Above white, whatever.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we all surf. Do you think growing up surfing and being a surfer that starts at 30 are different people?
No.
No? You think
different?
surfing gives it to you at any age?
I think surfing gives that awareness of, you know, wakefulness of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all here to have just as much fun as the next person, if you're on a soft top or not.
Yeah.
But we don't like soft tops.
Have you ever paddled
I have
on a
never
soft? Never
paddled
ever?
on
I
a
have
fucking
a couple
soft
times.
top. Have you?
I had the best
My
one.
condolences.
It was $10. The thing flexed like this, and I rode it at Old Man's, and it was so fun.
Okay, that's a different story. If you're at second
And it was
point,
like-
that's a problem.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
You don't
try.
think I yelled at
All you can
couple-
do is draw a line and just go.
Yeah, that's pointless. You
Yeah.
don't think I
And it
yelled?
wasn't a. It
You don't
wasn't
think
a Costco
you don't
one.
think me and Corey Pierce yell at ding dongs? Like, no. Don't even come out here with that.
I have to ask you, what's your purpose in life? Why were you put on this earth? Since you said there's no God, why were you here? Are you here to enlighten people? Or are you here to?
I think we're all here to find ourselves, our inner self, the Christ heart within.
Okay.
And it's to expand that conscious awareness, to move on. You know, I wake up each morning, I'm like, what good can I do for someone today? So
Is it conflicting?
is conflicting. What is that exactly? What do you mean?
Okay, so
What's conflicting? My
First,
attitude, I think?
yeah, well, yeah, not. So I'm gonna call you. I'm not calling you out, but I'm
Please.
thinking about it. You're in Malibu. You know you're going to a whole bunch of heathens that are all just looking for their wave. Because you know, if you can have a bad session and you're bummed the rest of the day, but you can have a great session and you're stoked.
To a degree, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So you're Malibu.
Am
You're
I going
there.
to drop in on a guy?
But you're having these arguments with Andy, right? But at the same time, you're like in the morning, you're waking up like, what good can I do in the morning?
Yeah, there are.
There are two.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
Okay.
you know,
Okay, so surfing, you could quit any day. You don't have to surf anymore.
I did quit for 16 years.
Wow. What did surfing bring back to you? And why do you keep at it?
The love,
There's something there.
The first love of the ocean, of the healing and the other cleansing air feeling that you get from the ocean.
Agreed. I agree with that.
That is, you know, even if you go out there and catch one wave and you do, for me, if I catch one good wave and I do one good turn, I'm like, really, I'm done now. I mean, unless it's perfect.
Yeah.
It just depends.
So surfing to you is it everything?
I would say it's everything, but I mean, it's a big part because it's still. Why are we here on Earth?
Yeah, that's how the question started.
That's the question started.
Yeah. Why are you here? Is more of the question, but
why am I here? Well, we're here to. I'm here to expand my consciousness, to expand my awareness.
Okay.
Not only for myself but for others. You know, Joe and I have tried to do it each and every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not no one says it's going to be an easy process.
Yeah.
So that's
nothing's easy.
No.
Okay.
It's always a process.
Who are your favorite people to surf with? Like growing up, like did you have a certain group?
I mean, there were the Brad Gerlach. I mean,
you enjoyed surfing with him?
He was always inspiring. Gary Clisby, Scott Farnsworth.
Yeah.
Have you had on the show?
Yeah.
Jason Knudsen, Bobby Knudsen. These are guys in Orange County where I was growing up. There was a gentleman by Ron Quigley. He died early.
Yeah.
He was interesting. He is more of an artist. He's a inspiration.
There's like a famous picture of him like on North Side.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
from the pier?
There's another gentleman, Kirk Tice. He was also
yeah.
an interesting guy to surf with. He had the competitive bug. Go ahead.
So if you're showing up on the south side of the pier or whatever you're surfing, right?
North dive.
North side.
North dive.
Okay, you're there. If one or a few of these guys are out, does that change your
yeah, you always have an eye on them. You always want to see what their movement,
how your surf session is going to be?
I would say how it's going to be, but how it develops.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if
you're pushing yourself,
yeah, of
to
course.
show off in front of them?
Yeah, you want to excel in front of them. Like, wow, did he see that turn? Did everybody see that turn? Yeah, everyone has that same mentality.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. Then it was quite essential to impress your peers.
Okay. And now who do you enjoy surfing with? You said Corey Pierce.
Corey Pierce, Chris Asante.
And is it the same feelings you had then, back in the day?
Absolutely.
Is it? Okay.
Absolutely, because
that doesn't go away in time or maturity?
No, maturity, no.
All right.
Do we really grow older? I mean, do we really
we do
evolve?
grow older, that's for sure.
We do grow older.
Yeah.
But I mean, do we really, is a kid inside of us always with us? It will always be with you.
Okay.
There's no way around that.
I think you're wrong in that way. I think a lot of people in human society grow older and they mentally.
Society.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking. But surfing, you're saying surfing's keeping you young. That's kind of what you're saying.
At the end of the day, that is exactly what I'm saying. It's keeping you young. You have a fresh outlook on things. You forget about your problems for that duration. And sometimes during that duration, you're out in the water or just that one turn, you're just like, you know what, I found a solution. Mm-hmm. You get in touch with not only the ocean, but with yourself and who you are. Okay. So, yeah, I think that's...
Zoltan said...
Zoltan.
Zoltan.
Who is this Zoltan?
He goes, sometimes you just got to paddle out and say hi to a sea otter. Do you ever feel that way? Say hi to a seal. I
see him all the time. I talk shop with them. I like talking shop with them.
So sometimes you just need that mental break?
Sometimes, yeah, you just need that release. You need that your time that everybody needs.
Okay. But society doesn't get that time. Maybe some of them have their own, they're runners or they're hikers or they're
some are
rock
runners.
climbers.
Joan was a runner, yeah. Some are rock climbers. And
they have their own thing, but it's not surfing. Do you think they compare in other activities
that's a tough
surfing?
one. That's a good question. Do you think?
I don't think so.
I agree with that. At the end of the day, I mean, because you're in the water. I mean, anything can go. I mean, on a rock, you can just do one or two things, not fall or fall.
Yeah. Do you ever just body surf, or do you ever alternative craft?
I don't use a leash, so I do body surf a lot.
That's a good point.
Especially out here at Wainimi. Yeah, I do body surf when I lose my board.
You never wear a leash, or when it's like a certain height?
If I'm at a
2 foot day or no leash.
I'm wearing a leash at I'm not going to wear a leash at a beach break.
Yeah. Malibu?
No,
2 foot Malibu?
The buoy, you need a leash.
Okay.
Yeah. High tide, you can get away with. Low tide, you can't.
All right. Pro surfing today. Do you watch pro surfing today?
The WSL kind of is fucked it up. I mean,
has it?
From what I've seen, it was kind of hard to watch. I mean, the scoring is utterly terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, they're throwing some crazy.
Elaborate.
I guess there was a huge controversy with the Griffin Calipino and
at the wave pool.
And
yeah,
I did see that final. I'm like, you guys are making.
Do you think Italo?
Oh God, he won. But I mean, they're making Griffin. It is Griffin, right?
Yeah.
They're making him the California kid now. Joey Baran's
So you think they're making him that way?
You tell me.
Okay.
I mean, who else in California is there? Where do they want the WSL to end now? I guess they want that California, America back.
Okay. Or what do you think it changed with a non-surfer running the organization?
I think nowadays, the whole industry just got bought by one company.
Yeah. Do you think surfing back in the day, the 80s, 90s?
Oh yeah, it was wide open. That's the beauty of it.
But the sponsors, the Billabongs and the Quicksilvers, own the industry.
Back then, yes. Yeah.
And that was good because it was run by surfers, or what's your perspective?
It was run by surfers, yeah. Now it's owned by
conglomerates or something.
One guy, but yeah, it's owned by just some hedge fund manager.
Right. So how do we fix that? Where do we bring back the glory? Or can you bring
$64 million quote? I don't know if it's even possible.
Okay.
Because I mean, he's just going to see it as, well, I'll just see it as, I'll make some money off of it and sell it when the timing is right, because the economy.
Or run it to the ground.
Yeah.
There'll always be pro surfing. Do you think?
Be pro surfing, yeah.
But maybe a different
nowadays,
organization.
The WSL, I mean.
So listen to this perspective, and someone just wrote about this, but I talked to Bo Young.
Bo Young. I know Bo Young. Okay, go ahead.
And he said, how cool would it be? I'm going to paraphrase.
Please.
He basically said, so we get top surfers, and they get 4 types of boards to surf in an event. Best surfer that rides all 4, the best, would be the winner. I'm paraphrasing.
I like that scenario.
So you have a twin fin or a fish or something along those lines. You have a traditional shortboard, which you're riding today. You may want to ride a mid-length. I don't know, or you can get a. I don't know what the other fourth board would be. No one wants to ride a
mid-length.
I love mid-length.
I know you do.
Okay. So I'm just saying, there's other possibilities than 3 to the beach.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it seems to me like the scoring nowadays has trying to open, but. Who was telling me? Chris Asante was telling me you can't, like on the WSL when they're doing an interview, you can't badmouth. Like,
absolutely not.
What's that about?
Well, I mean, Bobby Martinez did it, right? But he was quitting.
He was quitting, so he didn't. Why would he care?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't like say, "Oh, I had a shitty heat. The scoring sucked." I mean,
yeah. Do you hear all the surfers and what are they saying? They're saying, "Oh, it's a beautiful break. I love El Salvador, but I just didn't have a good heat." Well, it didn't say it was 1 foot. And I'm stoked. Like, I looked at El Salvador. I would surf that wave all day long.
Oh, of course.
But would you rather see him surf that or,
Bolsa Chica?
Or, well, it's the same, almost kind of the same.
They look the same.
Yeah. Or do you want to see him, like, I want to see the pro surfers
excel in
huge ways that I'm not going to go out
in good conditions.
Yeah.
So they don't have any waiting time? Would they have
I don't know. I'm following it less and less, but I'm watching it.
That's where I'm at. I follow it less and less. Like the last contest, I only watched 1 heat.
So you're out of Malibu. You're out at Rincon. How many of those 500 of your best friends are watching WSL? Do you think a lot of them?
A lot of them.
Do you think so?
That's a different generation. I mean,
is it like baseball now?
I wouldn't go that far because it's always going to be coastal. Coastal. I mean,
even with wave pools coming.
Even the wave pools coming when Palm Springs. And,
I can't wait.
Why, you live in Palm Springs?
I do not, but it's an hour away. I want to surf a wave pool. I still haven't done it.
I still haven't done it either.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty fun.
I surfed one in Wild Rivers. I wouldn't even call that a wave. I surfed one in Japan, but I wouldn't call that a wave pool.
Yeah. Okay, how was the Wild Rivers event? I remember that event.
It was horrible.
Was that like at 86 or 85 or something?
No, I think it was like 88? In the 90s, but it was...
Who won it? Do you remember?
Kelly.
Kelly?
Chris Brown wraparound.
Okay.
They were probably
I think like Steve Pugh came in second. I think he gave me on Kelly.
Where is our Steve Pugh?
I don't know.
Long Beach, huh?
Long Beach.
LBC, so.
Yeah. I think he came in second.
Did he really?
I think so.
It was him or Steve or Chris Brown the rapper? I mean, the light guy.
I don't think it was Chris Brown.
Because that wave was so gutless.
Were you friends with Chris Brown?
Yeah, we were friends. We were good friends. That's a tragic story in itself. I'm not going to go into details about it. But,
were you friendly at this point before it would happen to him?
Yeah.
Were you seeing him talking?
No. I was encouraged.
Out of contact?
I was out of contact. I mean, I had to come back into contact to everybody until 20. Cordell Miller was one gentleman I was in contact with all these years.
Yeah.
I will plug him because Cordell is an amazing. He has going through a terrible time with his daughter, but he's overcoming it.
Yeah, he's a strong guy.
Yeah, him and his daughter have had some problems.
Yeah.
The daughter has.
Yeah.
So
sad. You've been on surf trips with all over the world with famous surfers.
Yeah, I've been to Australia.
Do you like famous surfers? Or would you rather surf with Joe down the street that no one knows? That may rip, you know?
There is, Chris Asante is Joe down the street. That he really is down the street.
Down the street.
That he does surf, and he surfs, he's from New Jersey.
Okay.
He surfs good, and do I like surfing with pro surfers? It depends. I mean, I like to see their angle of things and see their lines and what they do and how they draw their lines.
So you surf with the guys in the 90s and so forth, and like the top guys. Have you surfed next to an Italo or a Gabriel?
Yeah, down at Lowers.
Did you? And what did you think of their surfing, their abilities? Is it superior than you guys in the 90s?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Their abilities they're like a video game. They can I rush down the line to air, and they do it. I rush down the line.
Do you like that look of like pumping down the line and just throwing one air and that's it? That's the wave?
Not my cup of surfing, but
Yeah.
they got the whole ball of wax. They got
Yeah.
all.
But there's opportunity in between. Do you think it would be better if they did a couple turns then?
No,
did the
they're
air?
doing it. Well, Italo too. But Philippe,
He just pumps and
that
throws
guy.
it.
That guy is. He does some wicked carves, wicked turns.
Yeah.
He's got the whole ball of wax. The Italo, the Philippe, the Mendinas. I mean, they're monsters.
Do you have a favorite pro surfer today?
I like Conor O'Leary. I like
Do
his
you?
style.
Yeah, I
Really
like him how
I
he
like
surfs.
his style.
Yeah.
His coach is Dog March.
Yeah.
Dog Marsh and a friend of mine.
Yeah.
I've been doing some coaching. I'm going to expand it a little more with my friend Chris Lasante.
Okay.
Oh, we're going to do some. He'll do the board side of it, and I'll do the mental. It's called the mental, spiritual, the physical, mental side of surfing.
Heat or just surfing? Is this aimed towards contest surfers? Or
This is aimed for the individual who wants to expand not only their surfing but their mind.
Okay. It's not focused 100% on surfing. It's just going to make your surfing life better.
It's
Is that
going to
what you're
make
saying?
you as a better person. It's going to make you a better person to not only surf better, but to be that better person, to expand. And when you're done with surfing, you'll know what to do. You'll have a great background and a great look on life, on your physical capability and your mental capability.
Well, okay.
So,
And if people want to get in contact with you, to work with you, how do they get a hold of you?
through an Instagram.
Instagram message?
Yeah.
So contact CC
DeVille.
on Instagram, and I'll post that.
Oh, you're the man.
Yeah. How many people are doing this now? Do you have any?
I have a few people, but I need the kids.
You want the kids.
I want the kids. Everybody's
How does
coaching.
it start? Like, let's
How
say
would I
I'm working
coach?
with you. Am I working with you an hour? Am I working with you half a day? Like,
We're gonna do it'd be like a 3-hour day. First,
Okay.
we go break it down to stretching.
okay.
First, second would be break it down. The surf break or the point break, and what to do, where the currents and everything. And I'm gonna do watch you surf on the beach, and I'm going to watch you surf in the water. I want to test you, what waves you're going for. Why are you going for this wave? Like, what are you doing?
Okay.
You have to look at a wave. You have to ask yourself what to look at on a wave, every wave. And then when we're out of the water, it'd be on a physical level. You're going to be focusing on stretching, eating correctly. Because, look at people nowadays. They eat a fucking bag of Doritos and they think that's healthy. Talk about processed foods. I'm 51. Do I look 51, Mike?
You do not.
Thank you.
You look good. In a manly way.
In a manly way, always. So that's what I'm going to focus on this summer with my friend Chris Lasante. So
Okay. And you were saying on a spiritual level. Where are we talking that?
we're talking, finding out tap into yourself to find out your inner energy.
Okay.
This is all about one thing, energy. Talked previously about, are you expanding your energy? Are you wasting your energy on on a conversation, on an argument? Now you're too tired to do this. You're too tired to do that. This is all about energy and frequency and how to use it correctly for your benefit and for others' benefits. We're on this earth, and let's make it a home. Let's not destroy it,
Okay.
which people love to do.
I would agree. Do you pick up trash on the way back to your car?
There are so many people here at Wainimi that are picking up trash. It's pretty
Cool.
amazing.
They're all keeping their local.
They're all keeping the community
Clean.
clean
as best we can.
Yeah, that's what.
That's
I'm
cool.
not telling everybody should do it, but
Everyone should do
everyone.
it.
Yeah, but if you see trash, if you're walking out from the beach or in your car, don't litter. Pick up some trash if you see it there, and if it's do
Be
the
good
world
stewards.
do the world a favor.
Yeah.
We all could do that.
Any other hobbies besides surfing?
No, I'm still studying on a daily basis.
Studying?
Yeah.
What a hiking or any other things?
No, it can't be. That's not going to work for me.
So that's not your thing.
That's not my. Joan's an avid walker. She walks. She walks furious pace, which I can't keep up. But no, I do my strengthening. Which Jerry Mulford again.
Okay.
I was like a week ago. He taught me these strengthening for my back, for my legs, and talk about they healed my body. Healing my body is immense. He knows that program and taught me, and I utterly thank him for that. And I'm so grateful he was there to teach me that.
Do you go to the doctor, and how healthy are you, like blood work wise and so forth? And this is the deep one. You don't have to answer this.
Do I?
Because, I'm just saying you're spiritually, you're strong. Physically, you're strong. But there's things that as we get older, as older people, can sneak up on us and we don't undetected.
It's like cholesterol. My dad died of diabetes, and that was tragic. And he gave up. I mean, this is why I was, I was talking to you about it. I'm like, invest in yourself, invest time in yourself. Like my dad, I was like, what are you doing? You're eating a fucking Egg McMuffin and an apple fritter? Really, Dad? Is it that good? But people find comfort in food. You know this. I mean, they subconsciously don't even know. They don't even know they're eating shitty food.
Yeah. But back to you.
Back to me.
You want to skip the question?
No, not at all. I do what I can. I mean, Joan, I'm a juicer. I drink juice, ginger. Okay. I'm all about juices and healing the body, esoteric wise.
All right. 3 best foods in the world.
3 best foods for me?
All humans should consume to keep us healthy.
Avocado, ginger, and wheatgrass, which you don't do.
I've had wheatgrass several times. Yeah. But is it the same wheatgrass? And where do you find it?
You can find it in any health food store. You can find it at Mother's, Alaskan's, Whole Foods. Okay. But the food,
and then how is that grown? That's the question.
That is a $64 million question.
Right. So,
is it GMO or is
Are you growing wheatgrass? Are you growing anything yourself?
Growing wheatgrass.
Do you grow any of your own vegetables?
I do not grow anymore.
Yeah. But have you tried?
I have not tried to grow my vegetables.
Is it hard?
I'm sure it is.
It's hard. We have garden in the backyard.
So
many failures.
You talk about the GMOs, and do you let it grow? How do you let it grow?
Ours is natural, almost 100%.
Wait, what do you put on it?
I don't know. My wife puts stuff on, but not like we don't go get the spray can stuff.
Yeah,
we don't do that. I've killed 2 fig trees. Now I got one that's growing good, dude. Yeah, I don't know. So I got a fig tree that's going good now. I love figs.
Figs are amazing. Yeah,
they're amazing.
That's anything.
Growing your own.
That's a lot
to be
of work.
sustainable. A lot of people are going to starve to death if something ever happens in this world and society we live in. We're all going to starve to death. A lot of people.
We're there, almost there now.
Yeah. How many boards are in your quiver and what are you riding?
I got some amazing boards from Estrada.
Oh yeah, Mike shapes the best boards, right?
I have a couple quads. They're called a Rocketfish. One is called another one is called a Hammerhead. They're quads, all epoxy. I'm an epoxy guy.
Okay.
But I ride short boards. I mean, I ride 5.5s. I was even going to go down to 5.3. It's pretty small. Yeah. It's a lot of paddling, but the Gerlachs.
If you keep it up, it's easy.
Yeah, the Gerlachs are like, he's like telling you, dude, get on a bigger board.
Volume.
Get on a bigger board. And I'm like, I could do big turns in tight place.
Yeah.
So that's just me.
So we all should ride the equipment that makes us happiest. Do you agree?
Oh, I concur. I mean, if it's a 2-foot day, you're not going to ride a 6.2.
Right.
Yeah, that's not going to make you happy. You're going to ride
what are you going to ride?
You're going to ride a Rocketfish.
Okay, how wide is your Rocketfish?
21.5, baby.
Okay, so it's kind of wide.
That's kind of wide. 2.5 inches thick. That's
kind of thick. I mean, I go 3 inches, but okay.
You're at 3 inches, buddy?
Just in the center, yeah.
Just in the center, baby. My quiver is incredible. Strats has hooked it up from a 5.5s to...
And we'll put his contact information on this, too. I think everyone should look at his boards because they're pretty sick.
Yeah. I was riding Cordell's when I started to get back into surfing, but Cordell's Cordell.
Okay.
But Strats really just
Do you sit there with Mike and talk your boards out, or do you say, I need something fast and loose?
No, he just says, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? But I come up with ideas. He has great ideas, and I'm like, you know what, Mike, here's a deposit. You make this happen. Just make it, 19.5, 2, make it a full rails, and I'll ride it.
Okay.
Because of the boards I have, the Rocketfish and the Hammerhead, I mean, they're amazing boards from knee high to overhead.
Okay. Do you ever jump on anybody else's equipment?
I haven't.
And just to see what they're riding and compare notes?
No, I haven't done that.
You just love Mike's boards.
You're
sold.
I'm sold, baby. Sold, baby.
Cece
DeVille.
Thank you so much for coming on the Quiver.
It's nice to see you and the wife.
It's good times. All right, everybody. Mike and Cece, we're out of here.
We're out.
Later.
100 foot out, jerk food. 100 racks on a surf, dude. Slippery, big guns like Mark Food. Trap jumping like a kangaroo. 100 foot out, jerk food. 100 racks on a surf, dude. Slippery, big guns like Mark Food. jumping like a kangaroo. You know we don't fuck with no kooks. You boo on my didgeridoo. They calling me dude, I'm stacking the loot. I'm ripping your chick in the coop. She grabbing a hold of my leggy. They jelly, they Gucci my weddy. The fridge of Giuseppe, the chain is so heavy, she think that I'm charging the Eddie. 100 out choke poo. 100 racks on a surf dude. Slippery, big guns like Mark Fu. Trap jumping like a kangaroo. 100 out choke poo. 100 racks on a surf dude. Slippery, big guns like Mark Fu. Trap jumping like a kangaroo. Surf trap, I'm stacking that money. Cash. 4 shots, a red Ferrari. He starts to calling me Dundee. Diamonds are surfing McFlurry. She want me to teach her to surf. Splash. I'm pulling up, ripping the verse. I'm leaving these kooks in the hearse. They get moved 100 foot on their head, they get work. 100 foot out, choke poo. 100 racks on a surf dude. Slippery, big guns like Mark Fu. Trap jumping like a kangaroo. 100 foot out, choke poo. 100 racks on a surf dude. Slippery, big guns like Mark Fu. Trap jumping like a kangaroo. You know we don't fuck with no kooks. You know we don't fuck with no kooks. They calling me dude, I'm stacking the loot. I'm ripping your chick in the coop. You know we don't fuck with no kooks. You know we don't fuck with no kooks. They calling me dude, I'm stacking the loot. I'm ripping your chick in the coop.
Hey, you guys, Endless Summer box set. This thing is legit. It's authentic, numbered certificate in it. It has a 5-frame film strip from the original print. You will literally own a piece of history. It has a specially minted bronze medallion. Dude, that thing's sick. Okay, there's so much more here. Go to the show notes. There's a link on there. Go check this piece of history out. This thing's rad. Seriously. Smithsonian American History Museum has it. It took 4 years of research with 3.5 in production, all hand assembled. This thing's rad. So much to this awesome box set. Remastered DVD, sharper images than the original film, but dude, this thing's so sick. Link in the show notes.